Okay. Well, everybody, I'm Rob Halford, aka Domino's from metalunderground.com, where we normally talk to metal musicians from all across the world. We have a rapper for a change, but not just any rapper. The King of Rock.
There is none higher.
So, Sire,
What's going on?
how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. It's really exciting to meet you.
Okay, thank you.
So straight into it, you've got the new EP which came out last year now, Back from the Dead.
Yes.
And that's a it's a very unique record. I know it's an EP is
Right.
It's only a handful of songs in it, but they're all unique. They're all
Right.
the DMC, but in a new light.
Right.
No
A little expanded.
Yeah.
Expanded universe. I got the pleasure of hooking up with John Moyer from the rock band Disturbed. And the whole project came about organically. You know, I mean, whoa, this is John Moyer from Disturbed. And he's like, yo, this is DMC. And it's like, yo, let's do something. I think what happens with whether it's punk, whether it's metal, or whether it's an alternative artist, they all were touched by Walk This Way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it did to people, but it was like, it brought people together. So John Moyer was like, yo, we gotta do something together.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get my friend Miles Kennedy to sing on it. It was that,
Okay.
I was like, well, okay. Oh, let's do it. So, you know, he came up with this idea, and this was over probably a year and a half ago, or probably 2 years ago, when all the first shootings, the white cops were shooting the black youth in America. Like, it was happening every week, and just recently happened again. But he came to me and was like, yo, we got to do something about that because it's going to keep happening.
Yeah.
And he came, it was his whole idea, and I said, the funny joke is it took two white guys that didn't have enough courage to make a record about the problem. And then I was like, yeah, we can do that, but we also got to address, you know, they make it a big issue when the white cop shoots the black kid. But what about when the black kid shoots the black kid? Nobody says that. So I wanted to do a complete representation of the problem with pulling that gun out.
Yeah.
In all the instances that people get shot, the gun didn't have to be the answer. Even if it's a neighborhood beef, you know, okay, if the police officer's scared for his life, then wait for backup. You know, I watch a lot of cop shows, and the cop shows when there's a situation, like, step out the car, you know, don't I'm gonna get my leg, pow, they shoot the guy. I need backup here, and then why the guy with the microphone, with the bullhorn don't come and talk to the guy? I'm coming over to you now. No, they don't do that.
No.
So there's something premeditated there.
Yeah.
Even if it's not racism, there's something premeditated that we got to deal with.
An authoritarian.
Right. So that being said, my favorite records was always rock records and metal records and punk records, who always talked about the situation straight up. They ain't trying to sugarcoat it. They ain't worried about what the censors say. You know, punk rock, hip hop, rock and roll, and metal, they're gonna fuck the establishment, fuck the rules, fuck the protocol, the man-made protocol. And to do it with such a powerful genre of music, you know, there was always something about Led Zeppelin songs and Beatles songs and Stones songs, and even more importantly, Dylan songs, Neil Young songs, Crosby, Stills, Young and Nash songs, Ozzy songs, like War Pig.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Neil Young's Ohio. So I was like, at this day and time, since hip hop, there's a lot of conscious rap in hip hop, but it's not universally conscious. You know, Run DMC, we made wars going on across the sea. We talked about what was going on in our community and other communities and around the world. Hip hop always addressed all the political and social issues. So when John Moyer says, hey, let's do a rep together with Miles Kennedy on it about something, there's no way in the world that King of Rock is going to turn it down. I was just trying to fulfill my rock and roll dream.
Yeah.
And that record is called Flames. And we talking about stuff people really don't want to talk about, but I think if they talk about what the record is about, we'll create the right dialogue to get to a solution. I think police officers need to listen to the record. People in communities listen to the record. People with guns need to listen to the record. And our lawmakers need to listen to the record.
Yeah.
But outside of all of that, it's just a dope rock song.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It is. And it's, I don't want to blow smoke up your ass, but if there's anyone that's appropriate to do a cross collaboration to talk to two communities, it's yourself.
That's right, you're right, because of what we've done.
I remember being about 8 years old and Walk This Way was on TV. And my dad said to me, "This is the most important song ever."
Really?
I'm like, it's good, but he goes, no, I'll explain it to you.
Really?
He was saying to me that from how he understood it, before this, your rap crew didn't listen to rock, and obviously
right, it was separate.
It was separate.
Yeah.
And then he said, and all of a sudden, then you had white Americans buying
Music.
and vice versa.
Yeah, exactly.
Which again is not strictly true because you go back to Little Richard.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that. But
that's why it was important.
Yeah.
The period that it was the demonstration, the physical demonstration. And it was so cool that we did it with them.
Yeah.
We could have just remained it alone.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have had the impact that it had. We went and got with it. So their fans was like, what the hell? Why they went to Rap guys? And our fans didn't know no better because they didn't really. It's like, why Run DMC with the Rolling Stones? Everybody knew the Rolling Stones, but they didn't know Aerosmith and Van Halen. So what the hell? People actually said that to me when it came out. Yo, D man, what made you do a record with the Rolling Stones? I was like, no, it's the other guys and this and that.
You got the same mouthful.
Yeah, for sure. But wow, your dad said that. That's just
I swear to God,
wow.
I swear to God, that's what he said to me.
And people say when Steven Tyler took that mic stand in the video and knocked down the wall that separated, it was like, that didn't just happen in the video, that happened in the world.
Yeah.
So for me, doing this new album or doing these records with John Moyer and Miles Kennedy is that.
Yeah, all over again. It's
exactly.
Good. And there's another song on the record as well, I think it's Rhino.
Coming Like a Rhino.
Coming Like a
wicked.
Rhino. And that's great. I mean, you got Slaves on Dope.
Montreal Metal Rock Room.
And not just that, Chuck D.
Of Public Enemy.
I know, I seen an interview of you a day or so ago where you described Chuck D as the best MC
ever
was.
He was.
So
he
just
is.
how good
I mean,
is
it's
that?
opinion, but if you really want the real answer, he
He's
is.
up there. There's no denying he's up there.
But no, but see, people don't know. People don't know that he did something that's amazing that nobody did. And me and Rick Rubin tried and tried and tried. It's like, nah, nobody could do it. He did a rhyme on the first album when he said, well, I think it's My Uzi Ways of Time. He said this. He said, and Eminem, Jay-Z, Kendrick, me, Run, KRS-One, Rakim, like it's bugging me and Rick Rubin out. He said this rhyme. He said, my style's versatile, say it without a rhyme, which is why they after me and they're on my back, looking over my shoulder to see what I write. They hear what I say and they want to know why they can't never compete on this level. Superstar status is my domain. Understand my rhythm, my patterns of lecture, and then you'll know why I'm number one. He said, my style's versatile. I'll say it without a rhyme, which is why they after me. And they're looking over my shoulder to see what I write. They hear what I say, and they want to know why. You got all these people, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. He said, why? He telling every rapper in the world why they can't never. He didn't say maybe they could. He said, why they can't never compete on this level. Superstar status is my domain. Understand my rhythm, my patterns of lecture, and then you'll know why I'm number one. He didn't rhyme. Most people rhyme and battle and disrespect each other. That's why I say, he's the best to ever do it.
I've heard people say that Like the first time they heard him, it was like
God has come
Father
down
told
from,
you.
me and Jay, when we first heard Public Enemy #1, we was like, God has come down from heaven to rock the mic. And Public Enemy, the Bomb Squad always said they made the sound of their music that loud because they was trying to beat Run DMC. So they were trying to make rock records. They had their rock and roll energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And there seems to be a lot of love for rock and metal music from your old guard, if you like.
Oh, for sure. Even those groups, Slayer, Anthrax. Remember PE and them did Bring the Noise.
Yeah, Anthrax, Slayer,
Brilliant.
Def Jam.
There was always a relationship. Beasties was on Def Jam. So there was always that. Yeah, exactly. So the relationship was always there.
I mean, and obviously nowadays, Chuck D's doing
frontman with from Be Real of Cypress Hill.
Yep.
So when Chuck and them did that, with Body Count, so it's been there. So what happened with the Coming Like a Rhino record? Jason Rockman, the lead singer of Slaves on Dope, me and him fight to see who's a huger Public Enemy fan. And he won. Because he got the PE emblem tattooed on his leg. And we was going back and forth. I said, nah, man, Chuck's my idol, he's my friend, this and that. And then Jason started hitting with me and telling me about the music and the history. And I was like, yeah, you know that, but I was sitting right next to Chuck when that happened. So he's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then he won because he said, all right. He ran out of options. I'm like, I'm in Chuck D's house every day. In Roosevelt, Long Island, where Chuck grew up when he started the band, his house that he grew up in is now a studio.
Okay.
So when they produce records and do stuff, you sleep in Chuck's house. I was in there, went to record at Chuck's house, and I was like, I was like, Chuck, you lived in this is your kitchen? Like, so it was crazy. But then Jason Rockman, he ran out of options, and he just rolled up his pants leg and said, at the PE emblem on his leg, and I said, you won. So we did the record. He said, yo, we're gonna take Chuck D's lyric, Coming Like a Rhino, off of Rebel Without a Pause, hardcore, Coming Like a Rhino. We said, we're gonna take Coming Like a Rhino, we're gonna make that a chorus. So then we did the record, and he looked at me. This was just a setup. I was like, what you talking about? You know we gotta get Chuck on the record. That's easy. Yo, Chuck, can you, send me the record. Sent it to him, boom. Then we had the record, we reaching now, because Chuck's busy. This at the time, he was still, this is before him and Flavor had the disagreement or whatever, which they're working that out now. Because it's all just business, they don't hate each other. But Chuck had just started with Profits. So we was like, yo, Chuck, you know we gotta do a video. Okay, I'll do it. What? Okay, so I'll be home, and I got 2 weeks off from coming to do your video. And he got in the video. And the beautiful thing about that, I think what's cool about Coming Like a Rhino, it's not like me and Chuck trying to do something because we're already in that, we're already affiliated with that, you know, Run DMC, King of Rock, Rockbox, and Walk. Rockbox, King of Rock, Walk This Way. And then Public Enemy doing the thing with Anthrax. And now Public Enemy, Chuck D rolling around with Rage Against the Machine. And Rage Against the Machine, Zach rapping, so it's all affiliated. So, and I think it's at a good time right now because hip hop has just got so fun now that there's not too many records coming out from everybody addressing the issues that's affecting the audience. The powerful thing about metal and rock and folk music and hip hop in its inception was we did our fun records. We partied and all of that, but as soon as something happened, the next week there was 7 records about the thing in a different form from all the artists. You know,
like a more aggressive take on things from, say, NWA.
Now, right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Ice-T, NWA, Ghetto Boys, who else? Ghetto Boys, Naughty by Nature. You know, everybody, you know, Naughty by Nature had OPP, but he also had the Ghetto Bastard records. You know what I'm saying? Talking about situations in our community. Right now, there's a lack of that from even a lot of the mainstream rock records. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I went on and I wanted to see what were the #1 rock records, and it's, you know, like Imagine Dragons and stuff. Not saying that their content isn't necessary.
No.
But there's nothing out there, you know, addressing, like, there's nothing out there addressing, being political and social without being boring
Yeah.
and overbearing.
Yeah.
And prophets is just talking about stuff that's been going on for the last 100 years.
Yeah.
But nobody's paying attention to it now because everybody's so busy having fun.
Yeah.
So, even our record, the theme of the record, there's not no political call outs or mentions, but the whole thing is we gotta artistically start coming like a rhyme.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good stuff. It's real good. And there was so many like yourself, and not just yourself, but Slick Rick as well. I know I'm the biggest Slick Rick fan.
Slick Rick, he's playing with us at.
I've got tickets.
He's playing with us at the Hammersmith. Yeah, for sure.
Not to gross you out, but there was a time me and my friend Tom was also a huge Rick fan. We were in this club and we were talking about hip hop, and I was like, Slick Rick, who's that? And he went, "You don't know Slick Rick? I would eat his poo."
Oh my goodness,
what
right?
did you just say? He's like, "Yeah, but he's that good."
Oh, right.
But you take that first album and there's your party joints, if you like, but then there's Hey Young World and
Bro, this is my favorite record.
yeah, it's great.
Hey Young World, the world is yours. Hey, those lyrics?
Yeah,
This right here may cause concern. It all makes sense, straight to the heart, so vivid, so to the point. Like that record speaks to a generation.
yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Children's story.
yeah. And that's another one. That's it's almost like Buffalo Soldier in the sense that it's such an enjoyable song, and it feel good. But when you listen to the words, it's talking about real,
Yes.
grimy stuff.
Right. The thing that happens, but not to do.
Yeah.
To avoid. And he wound up doing it. To protect his mom. It's like it was crazy. But, that impact is missing in a lot of our music right now. You know what I'm saying? Now, even all the fun groups on their album, they would each have one important record. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even Two Live Crew, when they got banned, they did Banned in the USA, which was about censorship and rights, and how the government's going to do that. So even Luke was like, okay, we're X-rated, but this is a serious matter. This isn't just about my money, Two Live Crew. This is about artistic and music and stuff like that.
Yeah. Or again, Ice-T, freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech, exactly. But they didn't just kick him off the label, they kicked him out to New York, get him away with that cop killer thing. He wasn't saying kill cops, he was saying kill the bad cops. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that is deep. People are afraid to be truthful and blunt in their discussions. And that's the beauty of, that's why I love rock and metal and punk. They'll curse the government out in a minute and not feel bad about doing it.
I mean, it's a couple of months ago now. I spoke with Discharge, and I was saying to them that you've been going for so long, and in many ways, some of the things you've been singing about since the early '80s are still here.
Still here.
I said, so do you not feel at some point that you're just sort of pissing in the wind? You just might as well just give up. And they're like, no, because you still need that voice, especially when there's not
anybody else
clear
saying
presence.
it, right?
You might as well just keep going.
Exactly.
But I mean, talking about metal and rock, and you've done not just on Back from the Dead EP, but you've done all sorts of collabs. You did one with Generation Kill, Rob
Yes,
and
and that was crazy because that was just spontaneous combustion.
Yeah.
I did the remix with Pop Evil of Trenches. And in the States, when they did Rock on the Range, they did the Rock on the Range festival, and it was like, yo, D, we want to bring you, and I'm talking about this is metal and hard rock concert.
Yeah.
So I go to this concert with Pop Evil, and every band is there. Every metal band, every hard rock band, and all of them was like stopping to take pictures with me and stuff like that. And it was like, D, what are you doing? And I'm like, performing, the song with Pop Evil. Yeah, man, we love that, but you ain't doing more. Like they wanted to see rock, singing rock and all that stuff. So backstage, I was doing the interview thing, and Rob Jukes was the lead singer of Exodus at the time. This is before the second lead singer came back and he followed. But Rob Dukes was the front in Exodus at the time. And when he saw him, he was like, "Hey, dude, you're cool, man." And that's how he talks, because he's like, "Hey, dude, man, you're cool, man." Like, yo. And I was like, "Oh, thank you. Like, yo, this is cool." And he was like, "Yo, my name is Rob. I'm singing with Exodus right now. I want to give you my band's new CD." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'll be right here." But he had to go somewhere, and then I had to go do an interview. So when we came back, we missed each other. I went on stage and had to leave to fly out. But the next morning, when I'm going to the airport, I see him. And he's like, "Yo, this must be meant to be." And he says, "Yo, here's the CD." And I jokingly said, "Yo, okay, if I like anything on here, we're doing a song together." He says, "I'm gonna hold you to that." So I take the CD home, and it's the Generation Kill album. And on that album is a song called Carney Love. And I called him up immediately, "Yo, man, this Carney Love record is crazy." And he said, "Yo, this is really?" He said, "Yo, that's all the validation I need." DMC and Rob Zombie saying those are their favorite records on the album and stuff like that. So he was like, "Yo, we're gonna do this record, and we're gonna do a record together." So I'm down. So he sends me the demo track for this song about trailer park hookers. I mean, truck stop hookers, called Lot Lizard. Oh, you can probably find Lot Lizard on YouTube somewhere, because we put the songs on. I mean, it's not for the kids. Let's just say that. But yo, the track is so effing tough. It's heavy, it's hard, the drumming is sick, the guitar, no. It's hard, it's badass. So he comes to, he said, "Yo, I'm coming to you so we can do the record." So his band was playing a little bar in Jersey. And he was like, "Yo, I'll come, I got a show there, come to the show, and then before I go home, we'll go in the studio and make the record." So I go to the show, and then Ron Bumblefoot Thal, who played with Guns N' Roses and a bunch of other people, Bumblefoot is there. And Bumblefoot says, "Yo, let me hear what you're working on." And when Bumblefoot hears it, he said, "Yo, I want to be down with this, man. Let me produce it. Y'all can use my home studio." So we went in the studio, we laid Lot Lizard. And we said, "Yo, let's just keep going." And we made another record. So what it is, we made these 10 songs that were fun. 10 songs, fun, real heavy metal, hip hop, stuff like that. But then Rob and his bandmates had fallen out. So the records are never coming out. But the beautiful thing about that, wherever we end up together in life, we always got these records. Yo, y'all want to hear something new? To do them. But going back to it, it was just a perfect blend of attitude, ideas, concepts, and relating. I mean, it's crazy how the perfect example is Run DMC and the Beastie Boys. What makes rock and rap work together? It's the same feelings but different expressions. The Beastie Boys, for instance, see, my Motorhead t-shirt gotta be brand new. That's that hip hop thing. It's gonna be fresh out the bag. But the Beastie Boys want the t-shirt from the tour really from 1978. That still smells like Lemmy's beer and alcohol when he was chugging on stage. They're not gonna wash it. You know what I'm saying? So we got the same feelings but different expressions of it.
A different outlook, if you like, because obviously they started out as a hardcore band.
Hardcore punk band.
And
who said?
So some of their stuff's really good, actually. Some of the hardcore stuff.
Yeah.
I love the hip hop stuff as well.
Yeah.
And it's great then because they were, if you like, rock kids that found hip hop and loved it.
Right.
Whereas Run DMC is kind of the
hip hop
that love rock.
Exactly.
And it's great.
Exactly.
While we're talking about rappers that love rock and metal and vice versa, another collaboration we did was with Nectar.
Yeah,
I was really surprised when I found that. I just didn't expect.
No, I didn't expect that either too. That was a crazy one.
Because the styles are so different between the
way different. but he didn't care.
No, it's just I want DMC.
He don't. What made the coolest thing about that? He's very lyrical and very vivid and very attacking and very complex. But when I met him, he was hanging with Cool G Rap.
Well, they were doing the Godfathers.
Yes. So right then and there, then I'm sitting there with Cool G Rap, and Cool G Rap is like, yo, man, God, you know, people always talk about Rakim and Daddy Kane, but you. He said, nah, man, not you. Started going, you. He said, man, you say the unbelieving receiving prophecy so true. I'll cut the head off the devil and I'll throw it at you. He said, yo, that's the hardest fucking lyric ever. And I was like, really? I was like, Cool G Rap was paying attention to me? You know what I'm saying? That was on the title track of Raising Hell that got overlooked. That's Walk This Way was the actual rock. But Raising Hell was the metal and Adidas and all of that. And I was like, what? So Negro was like, yo, your record? And I was like, anybody that's hanging with Cool G Rap, and I knew Negro's style was complex. He was just a D, all I need to do is just fucking rhyme on my record. And even though our styles are different, I felt like one energy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
And when you really feel it, he's a great producer as well, which is...
That's why it works. That's why he's comfortable. He's right. A lot of these guys, Freddie Fox, Funky Knuckles, but they're great producers because they know music and production and sound. So yeah, I'm game to do any unique collaboration. Nobody thought Walk This Way was going to work. You know, nobody thought Rockbox was going to work. Even me, when we first, because Walk This Way isn't the first rock rap record.
No.
The first rock rap record is Rockbox, which was the first rap video on MTV. And maybe having rock guitars on it helped a little more to get us on MTV.
Yeah.
And plus we made a complete video. It was a little different. You know, it wasn't until after Rockbox got on that MTV was able to show the message. You know, Grandmaster Flash and the First 5 video, which was just done with the VHS tape recorder. But Rockbox, the first rock rap record, was the first on MTV. And it's funny, Travis Barker, who also I'm working with on this new project, when I met Travis Barker, he said, yo, most people jumped on the bandwagon with Walk This Way, but y'all got me when I dropped that Rockbox thing. And Travis was like, I knew I was going to be a rock star when I heard Rockbox. So I'm looking, I'm like, you're one of the greatest drummers in the fucking history, from one of the coolest fucking bands ever and stuff like that. He said, no, when I saw Rockbox, I saw myself. Yeah, Dad, you gotta give me some real drums now. And I was like, what? But I heard that from a lot of metal kids. I'm talking about a lot of heavy metal kids who did not like hip hop. When they heard, you know, and the funny thing was, the beautiful thing about it was us trying to make rock.
Yeah.
So it's not perfect polished rock like Van Halen or Motorhead.
But it does rock and it does have that punch to it. It's like,
right.
I'm trying to feel it. It's almost like a kind of like a Judas Priest riff. It has that jaggedness. It has that.
Judas Priest is brilliant, by the way.
That's my favorite.
Really? It's your favorite?
Judas Priest and Sepultura.
Really? What's the lead singer of Judas Priest?
Rob Halford.
He's amazing. He's fucking amazing. I don't know if he knows it. He's fucking amazing. Everybody say he's amazing. I'm talking about to this day.
Yeah.
Like nobody knows nobody better than him.
No,
He's like James Brown, Michael Jackson, Freddie Mercury, Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, and fucking Chuck D. All like he's just amazing and stuff like that.
Well, he very much personifies metal when you're saying what you say yourself or Chuck D personifies hip hop.